Hello, family. Shalom. Shalom. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody is doing well. I finally made it. I tell you, I have canceled a couple of times today, not knowing if I was going to be able to get on here or not. But I finally made it. Yay. Oh my goodness, it was a rough day today, but I made it. I hope everybody is doing okay. I hope everybody is having a safe day, a great Sunday. I hope you're, just relaxed and had a good time with your family today and spent some quality time with your kids and your husband and your wife. I hope everybody is doing what they need to be doing. It's good to see you guys today. You guys have seen the title. You know what we're going to talk about. I tell you, hold on. I like to make sure that everything is good. You can hear me. Good. You can hear me. Yes, yes, yes. We're good. Okay. All right. You see the title, right? We're going to talk about that. Let's talk about create a movement and not an activist. Okay. Because you know you can kill activists, right? But guess what? You cannot kill a movement, right? That's my theory. Okay. And there's some things that we as Black people need to be doing. And let me first talk about, we got to do some house cleaning. We got to talk about Ram in the bush. Okay. Got a guy, and we've been talking back and forth. And, I still have the CDL program with the Ram in the bush. You can go on raminthebush.com, REALM in the bush, INTHEBUSH.com. That's how you can get on to check the foundation out, to check out the different programs we have. We're growing every day. We have CDL program, 4 weeks training. You have to work with them for a year. Security program, the barber school, cosmetology, mechanics is still underway. Okay, but those are a few programs. I'm really needing a doula. I don't know why I want to call this a medulla, but it's a doula, a midwife person. Welcome, welcome, Isaac. Welcome, welcome. Like and share as you come in, you guys. Share this program because some of this stuff needs to get out. We really need to really start talking about think tanks, and there are things that we need to talk about. It's some things, and that we need to really pay some attention to. And I seen on Facebook where they're fighting about different crazy little mediocre stuff, and I'm like, hey, why do we fight about how many of these women coming up missing? You know what I'm saying? And how many children are missing, and how they're putting things on your doors, and you touch the door, in fact, to move the little cloth off your door, and then you get poisoned, and you go out, okay, and then you traffic, then then your little body parts go missing, all this crazy stuff but we're not talking about that. This is something we need to talk about, and this is how we create a movement. But I want to talk about Ram in the bush first. Now, it's a 12-month program. After 12 months, we put you in. After 12 months, we give you a certificate. You take that certificate. You could either stay where you are and continue working for your mentor or with your mentor. We do give you mentors. We have a mentors program, and that is once a month. Okay. Hopefully, I don't make them come, but it's good for them to come. And I try to stipulate that, we talk about money, trying to get them to understand money, because some of these people, with my CDO program, you're going from nothing if you don't have a job to, $80,000 a year. Okay. We need to talk about that. We need to help you to manage those $80,000 that you get ready to make. We need to help you with spending and budgeting, and yes, like and share. Welcome, welcome, Pro Black Perspective. Peace to you also. We have to start talking about this stuff. We have to stop waiting for everybody else to bring, waiting for everybody else to bring up stuff instead of us bringing it up for ourselves. Okay. When I say creating a movement, what I'm talking about, and this is why I did Foundation Ram in the Bush, because I'm trying to create a movement, trying to create a change of mind, trying to get people to know that we don't always have to work for them. We don't always have to to run up and flip their hamburgers. We can cook. If you can cook, then I want you to get in the program, okay, and start cooking. Run your own business. Have your own catering company. And then we as Black people have to change our mindset to start supporting our Black owned businesses, right? Okay. And this is that's creating a movement, right? People want to stay stuck. If you see that there's a program not working, or if you see that something is not working, them educating our children hasn't worked for years, but we still do it. Why? I have no idea. Okay. It's so if there are things that we see that that they're sending your children from high school to prison, right? Some of them don't even get out of high school. They go straight to prison. We know that's an issue. What are we doing to correct it? Let's not just wait until they create a program for us. Let's not just sit around and complain about something that we can fix. Everything that they're doing to us, we can stop it at any moment. How? I'm glad you asked. You're worth $1.3 trillion, okay? They need you to survive, especially with reproducing. The movement is Black men and women. Stop dating them. You're creating another culture that's going to give my full Black granddaughter problems. Okay? We don't understand how they're using us and the commercials on TV. They're creating a movement by showing every last commercial with a Black and white couple, a Black couple, it's a white woman or a white man, right? I've not seen any commercials yet where it's two Blacks, Black woman and Black man, right? So they're creating a movement. So what do? We see it and we think tank it, and we let our cultures know, hey, this is their next movement. This is what we see. This is what they're doing. This is how we counteract it. We're not going to allow them to use us. We're not going to help them to survive. We are going to support our own Black-owned businesses. This is creating a movement. Creating a movement means creating change. Creating a movement means that I'm going to do something different. Creating a movement means that this is my time to shine. Watch me work it. That's what creating a movement is. Okay. You have to understand that there is one thing, and I'm gonna show you a couple of. I have to go with the videos because people don't. I don't want to sit up here and talk. I like to show you what I'm talking about. But you got to see it. Sometimes people got to see it. Some people got to touch it. Okay, I'm like that. I have to see it and I have to touch it. Then I learn it. Okay, so I'm hitting visual. I'm hitting the ones that just can hear it and learn it. The ones that can see it and learn it. The ones we can ready to touch it and learn it. I'm just saying, because a lot of times there is a foundation, Dads on Duty USA. Okay. This is a think tank. Dads on Duties. Why aren't we hiring our Black men? Okay. Put them in the neighborhoods, put them in the hoods, and let them patrol. Since you won't hire our Black men, take some of that money from those police officers, Black mayors. Take some of that money from those police officers and hire our Black men to patrol the Black neighborhoods. Hire them to come to these schools where you see that it's a lot of fighting or students are being disrespectful. We're going to pay our Black fathers to get back into their position to go walk those halls, walk the neighborhoods, and we're going to put you on ships, and we're going to pay you. I don't want you to do it for free. I want you to take some of that money that you're giving police officers and pay our fathers to get them back activated into our children's lives. Because I know they're working with white folk. White folk going to give them $7 an hour. I want you to give them at least $20 an hour. Come on, $21 an hour, $25 an hour. Our children are worth it. If you're giving those police officers millions of dollars, I think Biden gave police officers what? 300,000 or 3 million? Was it 3 million or 300,000? It was a crazy amount that he's going to give them extra. Okay, Biden, why not give that to the Black men, the fathers, so that they can do what they need to do? So they don't have to go outside the home and work. They can work in their child's schools. They can work, patrolling, our neighborhoods. Who else knows our neighborhood better than our Black men? I'm just saying. We hire our men to do the job that they're supposed to be doing. Now I want to talk about this little dad. So it's a Louisiana Fathers Forum, Dads on Duty, to help stop violence at their schools, at their children's high school. Let's see that. Let's see. Where did I put that little video at? Just want you guys to see some things here, because this can work. Let me share. I have to share my little screen. Hey, y'all, listen for a minute. I hope everybody's doing okay. I'm going to share our screen. You know how. I have to go in here and find it. I think that's it. And let's share. All right, here we go, y'all. Let me look and see if I'm doing what I need to be doing. Okay. Let's talk about these fathers. Okay. Louisiana Fathers formed Dads on Duty group to help stop violence at their children's high school. Wow, look at them. We're dads. We decided the best people who can take care of our kids are who? Us, right? Dads, right? Okay, come on. Let's read. Let's see what they're talking about. There they are. There they are. I'm proud. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of them. I am so proud. I'm going to contact them. I am going to contact them or message them about my foundation. Okay. Now, this is what they say. Have no fears, the dads are here. Michael Jr. says he was one of the several parents who felt compelled to take action after nearly 24 students got arrested. Now, why are our students getting arrested? What is going on with them? They were getting arrested, suspended, or expelled within 3 days of Southwood High School in Shreveport, Louisiana, according to Good Morning America. Okay. Why are our students being, what's going on with our students that they're doing? What's happening with our boys? I told you about the elephant story where they took away the elephants, right? I'm gonna try to pull that story up. They took away the elephants out of the group, right? The male elephants, and they left the babies with the moms, and those babies was growing up and wreaking havoc on that little community, the little elephant community. So what they do, they had to bring the men back to put it back in order. And that's what's going on right now in our community. Because, oh, excuse me, you guys, I got to sneeze. In our community, because the dads aren't there, what are our boys doing? They wreaking havoc, right? Our children are wreaking havoc because the men are off the throne. The women is trying to take the throne of the men, and the babies are all over the place. Everybody, when the man is, listen to me, family, when the man is off of his throne, and you got other people trying to take his place, and he over here, the whole family is out of order. You got the head. If I take my head off, what's going to happen to my body? My body's going to die, right? Okay, you take the head away, and they knew that. This is why America did what they did to the Black family, because they knew to take that head, you was going to have a mess in the Black community. And we just didn't understand. And you have to start understanding who you're dealing with. These people are serious. These people are trying to destroy. These people were doing stuff that they knew the impact. They have think tanks, okay? This is stuff that we need. They have psychologists that say, hey, if you do this, this is going to happen. If you do that, this is what's going to happen. So guess what? They did what they did in the 70s on purpose. They first took away the jobs, right? They took the men out the home, right? They offered to women EBT, okay? And the women took it, but the men left. They didn't come up. The churches didn't say, hey, you guys, let me help you. Think tanks, churches didn't say, hey, let me help you to understand what's really going on. We're going to stick together. We're going to come together. We're going to help you with your bills. We're going to, because we're paying tithes and to offering to churches anyway, right? So this could have helped our men out. Churches, let's hold our churches responsible. The churches could have held, this is what we're going to do. You're paying your tithes anyway. We're going to save that money. We're going to pay your electric bill. We're going to help you find a job. We're going to hold job fairs here. We're going to hold job trainings. We're going to teach you how to fill out a resume. Think tanks, okay? This is what I mean. This is what I mean when I say think tanks. We're going to hold job fairs here. We're going to teach you how to do a resume. We're going to have some suits here. So I need some older men. If you have some suits, I need you to bring them to the church, because you're going to come here and pick a suit if you need a suit. And we're going to start some businesses around here. Now, this is what the church should have done in the 70s. Instead of you sitting up there knowing what the government is doing, and you're not even preaching against it, you're not even talking about it. What happened to our think tanks? If we had think tanks back in the 70s, guess what? We wouldn't be in the predicament that we're in now. I really don't believe that we'd be in the predicament we're in now. Okay, let's talk about it. Okay, let's talk. We ain't done. Almost though. Y'all bear with me, right? You can handle it. Wanting to find a way to stop the violence, Lafayette Jr. sat down with 4 other dads in his office and came up with the idea to start a crisis intervention team at their kids' school called Dads on Duty USA. I love it. It worked. It worked. Listen to this. This is really good. I love this. After about 3 hours, we came up with the idea to have to be a presence on the campus, Lafayette Jr. told the outlet. We thought we could be a collective unit to be able to show them that there are strong men who are on the campus. Okay. Dads on Duty brings the fathers together as they take shifts protecting the grounds of Southwood High School. They can do that nationwide, globally. Now tell me why other men have not thought about this. Come on, you guys. Okay. According to CBS News, while they would interact with the students in a positive manner while also helping to prevent fighting and violence on campus. Where's dads? They told CBS News, we're dads. We decided the best people who can take care of our kids are who? Us. Okay. Though they started with only 5 fathers, the group has since increased their squad to approximately 40 members. Isn't that wonderful? That's good. Lafayette Jr., whose daughter is a junior at the high school, told Good Morning America that they use independent security company. Now, see, they can use Ram and the Bush Security Company, right? We can. That's who we. This is. See, it all ties together, you guys. We have a security company that you can use globally. Okay. So it don't just have to be in one city, it can be globally, and we can send them, pay them, send them into the schools to do exactly what they're doing. Okay. So they had used an independent security company to vet the participating dads and work in shifts with 6 to 10 dads on campus each day. You hear this, right? The father, most of whom worked full-time jobs. We're not going to do that. I want to be able to pay them to go into these schools. And this is where our mayors come in. This is where we take some of that money that you're giving police officers come in schools and to be patrolling those schools. Take those officers out of the schools. We're going to put black dads in those schools and we're going to hire them, give them jobs so that they don't have to work the school plus leave the school and go and work another full-time job. That goes against the plan. That means you're still taking dads out of the homes. No, we're going to bring them into schools. We're going to let them work full times in the schools, Monday through Friday. Okay. Saturday and Sunday, they're off to work with it, be with their families. Feel me? What y'all think in the chat? Am I working? Well, we doing it? Okay. The fathers, most of whom work full-time jobs, also make appearances at extracurricular activities and sporting events, according to GMA. Although we're titled dads on duties, we also serve as uncles on duties. Okay. We serve as men of the community on duties, Lafayette Jr. explained to the outlet, because there are some folks who don't have a father or don't have such a great relationship with their dads. And it's our goal to let them see what the right relationship with a male figure is supposed to look like. This is good, right? Okay, come on now. Some days we have long hours, long days, but we will be at school no matter what. Now, see, we don't want to do that. We want to all work together to make sure that we employ them. Okay. Now we have Zachary Johnson, who has 4 kids at the school. When your heart is into whatever you're doing, you make it work. Right. Okay. Let's look at the video. Let's see what's the video. Shooting survivor who lost their teenage dream. I don't want to play that. In just 6 weeks, the dads were wearing matching black and white dads on duty t-shirts. I like that. Have made their presence known to the schools, 1,500 students and its staff. Okay. After the fights, there was a heavy police presence, and that's what we don't want. We need to take police out the schools, at the school. And the kids told me they did not like that. Right. Dr. Kim Pendleton, the principal of Southwood High, told the outlet the dads are from the community. They care and they're committed to being present. Guess what? I think that would work with our dads, our black men being put in these schools, and they can act like dads to the multitude. Even the kids that don't have fathers, they would be able to look up to these men to kind of fill in the blank a little bit, right? Okay, that's what we need. They care and they're committed to being present. The kids see them as they're walk in the morning. She continued. They greet the kids. They tell corny jokes. When I do my rounds to classrooms, they walk with me. Okay. They're making sure that the kids are leaving school safely. People are able to talk to them. And these boys have somebody, a mentor. These boys can use them as a dad, as a substitute dad, right? To be able to bond, to get that bonding that they are missing from home, right? Okay. Sometimes those positive mentors can help put that child on the right track. If that dad's not there, something is better than nothing. Okay. One student added to CBS News, I immediately felt a form of safety. We stopped fighting. Kids started going to classes. Listen, you guys understand this? This is great, right? Okay, due to the success of their groups, the dads told GMA they plan to expand Dads on Duty into the other schools within their districts. I think they could go globally with this. One day, they hope to reach all schools around the country. Yes, that's the thing right there. They do have a GoFundMe, was also launched on the behalf to help them continue patrolling the school grounds, which they need, and they shouldn't even need a GoFundMe. The mayor of the city should be paying these guys to do this. But why would they pay? Why would they pay black men to do? Why would they pay black men to do their jobs? Why would they pay black men to come in there and to be a positive role model for their children? Because then they wouldn't get them in jail. They, now you're gonna have an issue with the prison. Now you're not gonna make as much money on the prisons because the dads are in school, right? So you have to understand what's really going on. Okay, we just want people to know that it's possible. Jocelyn explained to GMA. We went with it hoping it would make an impact on the school, and now that we see that it's working, we want to take it to other schools. I love it. We'd like this to be the same as the PTA meetings, okay? Something that is in every school in every country, okay? Because not everybody has a father figure at home, which is true, or a male period in their life. That's true. Okay, or they have the wrong kind of males. Okay, so it's not just having a male, it's having the right influence, because we all know that men teach their boys what? They teach their boys how to parent, they teach their boys how to be fathers, they teach their boys how to be the security, the protectors, the providers. They teach their boys how to be fathers, how to be husbands, right? And the men teach their daughters, they kind of show their daughters what kind of man they want in their lives. They kind of show their daughters how a man is supposed to treat them. They kind of, and especially when their dad is there with the mom, and they're showing them how marriage works, how how being a team player and coming together and working together. That's an example. Okay, kids do as they see, not as you tell them. This, you can tell them all day long, get married, don't have no babies. But if you're not married and you having babies, you sitting there on the couch, guess what? They're gonna do the same thing. Okay, because they said not everybody has a father figure at home or a male period in their life. So just to be here makes a big difference. The dads added. Okay, so this is really interesting. I love this. I love it, you guys. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Let's go to the next one. Okay, this is so important that we understand what's really going on here. We have to understand. I'm gonna see if we're gonna get to the next one. Are we doing the right one? Hold on. Make sure that we up where we need to be. Okay. Now, because we fail to realize how important having balance, and I know I'm gonna get in trouble for this one, but I do believe, say for instance, and we're really talking and really planning and think tanking for our men to come back to the homes, the men to be the fathers and the husbands. And let's talk about husbands, ladies, instead of baby daddies. Let's talk about us getting to know some of these men, and men vice versa. I'm not just saying the women, I'm talking about both of us coming together and stop sleeping with these women. I don't care if they're giving it to you, laying it on the table. No, we need to get to know each other before I do that, period. And that should be a response. Why are we sleeping with people that we don't know on the first date? We can't be that thirsty, you guys. Come on. We got to do better. We have to understand what, and this right here, it's all about showing some men who didn't have fathers what the father's job is. And we got 8 reasons, and I'm sure it's more than this. It's the list is longer than this, but I kind of want to help some guys, teenagers that's going to maybe check out the show to really understand it. It may be some men that didn't have their men. So we have to understand a lot of men didn't have their men growing up. They didn't have their fathers. They didn't have their uncles there. They were in jail. Remember, Reagan and Nixon cleaned out the black family. And then Biden came and finished the rest. Okay, so you have, and Clinton too, Clinton, Biden, Reagan, and Nixon, all 4 of those men that we love today. We love, black folk love Clinton, don't we? Who did the most harm also, besides Biden, to the black families. Okay, so a lot of these values, like the father must cultivate a sense of family identity. Okay, a father must regulate demonstrating love to his wife. Okay, a father must respect his children's private world. Okay, but I'm gonna tell you what, if you in my house, I'm coming in there. I'm coming in that room to see what's what. I'm coming in there to make sure that we ain't got no drugs up in there. I'm coming in there because I need to understand that you don't have, this is my house. Okay. That's my room. That's my bed. And I'm coming in. There's no room in my house that I didn't go. I went into everybody's room, period. Okay. So that right there, I'm going to say it, but you guys can do what you want on that one. Okay. A father must respect his child's private world, whatever. A father must give his children the freedom to fail. A father must be there to encourage, be the encourager of the family. A father must guide or guard his tongue and tone, especially when you're talking to them girls, man. You got to talk to them. Remember, how you speak to those young women, those young babies, those female babies, is how the men in their life will come and speak to them. You have to understand that tone is so important, because if you cussing her out, then guess what? She's going to look for a man. Any man and every man that she meets will be cussing her out. If you're an alcoholic and you are parenting, or you trying to parent, trust and believe me, that daughter, you may say, I don't want you to get nobody like me, but that's who she's going to attract to herself, as an alcoholic. Or if you're doing drugs, she's going to attract a drug dealer or drug addict. And those are going to be her role models, because that's what you did. And she's going to go and attract that same type of man to her. So we have to be careful what we're teaching our girls and what we're showing our girls, ladies. You have to understand, you cannot do your dirt when they're young, and then when they get 13 or 14, you found Jesus. Now I'm gonna do it a different way. And then you looking at this girl because she's 18 and 19, and she's dating men that are beating her because she saw you being beat by your boyfriends, every boyfriend that you had. So now she's allowing her men to beat her. She's attracting alcoholics. She's attracting drug dealers. She's attracting drug abusers. And then you looking at her like, girl, what's wrong with you? And she's gonna look at you and say, I learned it from you, because you did it at her when she was 1 to 9, okay, 1 to 12. Those are the type of men that you brought around her. That was before you found Jesus. And now you want to do it right. Now you get married, and now you got your house in order, but you didn't have it in order from when she was 1 to 9. And she picked up those habits early. Kids pick up those habits. They see that stuff early, and it gets in them, and that's what they attract to themselves. Not the man that they see from 12 to 18, which could have been a better man, which could have been, man, you got married, he's straightened up, he's a good guy, and he's treating you well, and blah, blah, blah. But they're going to remember 1 to 9. They're going to remember those young ages, those young days when you had that man over that you were allowing to beat you upside your head. And men too, you have to be careful. Even the men, how you treating your wife in front of those boys, because just what you do, he's going to do. If you're abusive to his mother, he's going to be abusive to his wife. He's going to be abusive to his girls. And I'm going to tell you what, ladies, if you ever meet a man and he's disrespectful to his mother, run, Forrest, run, because I'm telling you, I'll stand on this. I don't care what nobody say. If he don't have love for his mom, because he has that mom issue, until he gets that mom issue straight, he will not have respect for you. So if you see a man disrespect a boy and you call him your boyfriend, or you guys are just talking, you go over his house and you see him disrespecting his mother, you don't want to date that man. That's a no-no. That's a huge no-no. And sometimes we think, well, guess what? Ain't me. I used to do this girls retreat, right? And we did detention centers. I would go into the detention centers with the girls, and I asked this one question. I would go there, and we called it heart to heart. And I would go there, and I asked them. I said, if you were dating this young man, you went to his house, and you saw his mom, the boyfriend, slap the mom, what would you do? And a lot of girls said, they ain't got nothing to do with me. I said, but it does. And they looked at, what do you mean? Okay, let me help you. Let me help you to understand. If that is what he's seeing, and that's all he's seen, then guess what? He gonna be slapping you around too. 9 out of 10 will slap you around. It might be that one case that might say, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do it different. He's gonna get the counseling he needs. He's gonna get a mentor, and the mentor is gonna talk to him, and he'll be like, I'll never treat my woman the way I saw my mom being treated by my stepdad or my dad, period. But you'll have even those uncles. Be very careful, uncles, what you're teaching your child, what you're teaching that boy, because that young man is going to become you. That young man, if you're showing him and trying to be, these women are hoes, and all these, you got to be careful what you sowing into him, because what you sow into him, if you sowing that these women are hoes, if you sowing that these women are bitches, if you sowing that into his spirit, then he's going to grow up to believe that women are these bitches and hoes. Y'all forgive the language. We adults here. So you have to understand that if that's what you calling women, And that's how you treating women. He's going, and you're his mentor. He's going to be the same way. So you can't be around here calling women, all of this, and then expect him to be normal. Expect him, man, what's wrong with you treating them women like that? Well, I got it from you, Unc. That's exactly what he's gonna tell you. Then you're gonna feel like this because he's right. When he was 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10, all he saw was you disrespecting women, and now you didn't found Jesus, so now you want to treat a woman right. But he didn't saw all the damage that you've done to this women, done to the women, right? We have to be very careful and understand our position. Everybody has a job, even with the women. Let's get on you, women. You can't have men in your house in and out every week. Your daughter seeing you sleep with a different man or a different uncle. And all them uncles. Well, mom, dang, you got about 15 uncles, don't you? You got about 15 brothers. What? All these uncles, really? Uncle so and so, Uncle Jay, Uncle Melvin, Uncle. You can, women, ladies, come on. You can't have 15 uncles a month, okay, coming in and out. Guess what? Your daughter's gonna see that. She gonna grow up with 15 uncles also, okay? You have to understand it's important. Childhood is important. This is why we have the think tanks. This is why we have to come back to the table and say, okay, this ain't working. This is working. This is what we want to do. I'm so glad that we have the dads on duties because they are going to bring some positivity to these young boys, okay? Just like, okay, I'm talking about the women. You got to understand, women, you showing your boys when you bringing them in there, okay, or their dads. If he's treating you good, then that's what you're going to show your son. If that dude is that man is beating you down, cussing you out, calling you all kind of names, and you taking care of him, he laying on the couch, you working 4 jobs, and he's sitting up there laying on the couch. What are you teaching your son? You're teaching your son that you can take care of man. It's okay to take care of man. And he will lay on the couch the same way he see that stepdad or his dad doing. He will lay there too. And guess what? You're showing your daughter that it's okay to take care of man. You have to be careful. What are you passing down to your children? We have to understand that. We are here, ladies, to teach our daughters, okay, how to be moms, how to be nurturers, how to love, okay? But we have to, and this is my thing. I do believe that Black people, because we've come from such dysfunction, we need to get some help from people that are already qualified to be able to help us, okay? We need help. And sometimes it may not be that counselor. It may just be a really good friend that you've met that has gone through what you've gone through, and she's come through it successfully, and now she can pull you through it. Okay. So it's not always about having a person with a license. It's having a friend or having a person that's gone through what you've gone through, that she's come out of it. So now she can help you to come out of it. Okay. So it's so important to have good people around you and to understand what your job is as a parent. Okay. We have to understand that. I'm trying to see. We have to, but okay, I missed out on 8. A father must build a relationship of trust with his children, built on God's word, or whoever you call your God, and not human knowledge. Okay, you have to understand, and we have to continue teaching our children who the enemy is. We have to continue telling them that we're at war, and let them know who are we at war with, and what do we need to do, and how are they combating, and how can we combat what they put out there for us to do, as far as the bunnies, the snow bunnies. You see that bad? That's a bad thing. And pastors have to talk on this. Black folk come together, millions of Black people come together every Sunday, and I don't hear any pastors talking about the snow bunny crisis. I don't hear any pastors talking about how they're not reproducing, and they're using our men and our women to bring about babies that they're going to white out, because 3 generations of dating white, they're going to white your seed out. So you have to understand what's going on. We don't understand that the police officers are killing us because they know that their numbers are dwindling. They say, look, if I can't live, you can't live. And that's exactly what they're doing. We have to understand that. We have to continue passing some good rules, regulation, code of behaviors. We have to keep the moral impact of us raising our children morally. If they want to they see their boys in dresses, we have to look. We don't roll like that. We don't. This is not what we're doing. We're not playing those games. Okay, we're going to keep it as real as we can, and we're going to educate, and we're going to tell our sons why it's bad putting our boys in the dresses, and why it's bad to have our girls, tomboys, and we're going to help them to understand what's wrong with the lesbianism and what's wrong with sleeping with another guy. What we have to talk against that. I don't care. This is what I tell my granddaughter. I don't care what society will tell you. Society will tell you and make you feel that it's okay to sleep with another woman, but it's not. Then I tell her the dangers. We go into theory, the dangers of you sleeping with another woman, the dangers of your son sleeping with another man, health wise. We talking about health wise. This stuff is dangerous because it's not a good thing. Because health wise, here, I'm gonna stop sharing. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing. Hold on, guys. I'm coming back to y'all. Okay. Well, I tell you. So we have to continue talking and forecast. Welcome. Bakari, welcome, you guys. When I'm sharing, I can't see anybody who's up here. So you guys welcome, like and share as y'all come in. So this is what we have to do. The think tanks, okay, we're here to teach. We're here to show awareness of what's really going on. And that's why we talked about the movement. Creating a movement is creating a new mindset. Creating a movement is creating families. What is a family? A man is going to be there. A man is going to have you back. And Black men, you don't understand. Black women are so easy to maneuver with. We're so easy because all we want is security. All we want is to be loved. And all we want is to know that you got our backs. Period. You can get a woman to do anything you want her to do. All you have to do is let her know that she can trust you, that you're there for her, and you got her. No matter what. Period. Have her back. Even if she's wrong, sometimes you wait till she get by herself and say, honey, you know what? I don't think I would have did it quite like that. That's all it takes. You treat her like a flower. That we're delicate flowers, right? That's what we are. And you're going to treat her as such. We have to understand that it is so important to do this thing right. Childhood is everything. If you don't start off right as a child, this is how you have dysfunctional adults. Right now, we're seeing little boys in dresses. You wouldn't put mine in a dress, I'll tell you that. I'm just saying. We got these, and some people say, oh, that's a fetish. We're not having that fetish up in my house. I'm just saying. People say, oh, well, that's who he is. No, that's not who you're going to be up in here. See, we have to parent, and that's not what we want to do. We don't want to parent. We want to let society parent. No, society can't run my house. The judges can't run my house. I remember a time when my kids were small and it was a thing where, it was, oh, you could call the police on you could call the police on your parents if they spank you. That was going around school, right? My daughter said, well, you can't call the police in my house because the police how they going to get there? Okay. They got to get there to save me first. How they going to get through the gate? By the time you call police up in my house, girl, you may be dead. I'm just saying. You have to run your house. You can't let society run your house. You can't let society tell you, oh, you can't spank your child. Okay. That's in my house. You're going to tell me what to do? You didn't have to give birth to these children. You can't tell me what I can and can't do with my children. And I will go to court and tell the judge, if you want to take her, take her. But you're not going to come up in my house running nothing. And I meant that. We have to be parents. This is we have the control here. You're going to give a 2-year-old control over you? Are you serious? They don't know what they want to eat for dinner. And I hear parents, what you want, little Susie? What you want to eat for dinner? No, this is what we're having for dinner, and this is what we're going to do. We have to put it on. We got to get it focused. We have to stay focused as far as what is it that we really want? What is it? And if you see that something's not working, we got to work that thing. I'm going to put I didn't put the thing in the chat, did I? Hold on, you guys. Because if we got some people that want to come up, please feel free. If you got something to share, there it is. Hold on. There you go. And if you want to come up and share, let's share. Because I don't want y'all just listening to me. I get tired of talking. So if you guys want to share, there is the link. But my thing is, we have to be very careful. And we have to get it together to where we are doing what we want to do, what we need to do. We don't want to create activists. We don't want to, because guess what? We had Grandmaster with NFAC. He tried to be the activist, and guess where he at? Okay. Ozone. Okay. He was hanging out with Grandmaster. So it's about us creating movements. You can't kill movements. You can kill activists, you can jail activists, but you can't kill a movement. And that's what's important. It is so very vitally important that we create movements. And we create movements that's going to change mindsets, movements that's going to make us aware of the problems. And that's what it's about. We don't have movements that we don't see stuff in our community and just leave it and not say anything, especially when we know that when our children, our boys dating white women is going to create another culture and half of them white, them mixed babies. Let me tell you something about the mixed babies. The ones that are raised by these white women, they have an issue with black folk. I done seen a lot of them. They don't like black people. If their mom has talked about black people in their face because the dad is gone now, and now she's back to dating white men, and she's dating white supremacy men, and these men that don't like black folk. So you have a mixed daughter. So all she's doing is talking about black people with her new white man, and her daughter is mixed, right? So she's feeling, okay, that's part of me. I'm black. That part of me, my mom don't like. So I have to disown that part of me. So I'm going to just relate to white people, knowing that she's, look more black than white. Okay. But you have to understand the mentality is she's going to relate more to white people because of her mom disrespecting black people. And that's almost like disrespecting her, disowning her because she's so disrespectful to black people. So you have to understand we're creating another culture. That's a no. We're helping them to survive. Okay. Think tanks, movements. We're not doing that. We have to help them to understand that a movement it's hold on, you guys, I got this for water. I don't like bottles, but I didn't bring my glass. But anyway, so we have to begin to help them create the movements, okay? And these movements can be created nationwide, just like the dads on duty. They're creating a movement that could actually work, that could actually be something that could go global. And I hope they do it. I'm going to get with them. I'm going to write them and do an email with them. And then some other groups that I've been contacting. And I also have a young lady that's going to advertise Ram in the Bush for me on her IG. So we're working on that. So it's some things that I got in the works, but we have to begin to do stuff and it'll catch on with other people. You can't know that everybody has their part and everybody has to play their part. When you play your part, that's going to impact something. When you play this part, that's going to impact something. So if everybody has a job and doing your part, guess what? We'll get there. One person is not trying to get us there. It's going to take all of us changing our mindsets in order for us to make the movement work. I'm going to read some of the comments. Okay. Oh, yeah, Clinton, they called the first black president. They did, didn't they? Yes, okay. And I do believe that we as black people, let's not forget that we have been so traumatized in this country that I do believe that things were passed down in our families from great grandma, okay, that she was doing. And one time I heard the story where you know how we had those pans where we would put the chicken in and the turkey and the dressing and stuff, during holidays, and they always cut the feet off the turkey, right? And one young lady asked her mom, well, Mom, why do we cut the feet off the turkey? And she looked and she said she didn't know. So she asked her mom and she goes, well, Mom, why do we cut the feet off the turkey? And the mom said, well, for me, we cut the feet off because the turkey was too big to get in the pan. So she's passed down that generational cutting the feet off the turkey. Even when the pan was big, they would still cut the feet off the turkey. But the mom started it because the pan was too little to put the chicken or the turkey in, so they cut the feet off. So we have to understand why is stuff passed down. Let's stop just doing stuff because mom did it. Let's just stop doing stuff because my mom did stuff a certain way. I didn't raise my kids that way. I didn't do it that way. I did it totally different because I know how it made me feel. I wasn't going to turn around and do it to my girls, knowing how I felt after being treated like that or being done a certain way. So why would I continue to pass down stuff? We know what makes us feel bad, but sometimes we'll pass it down. Why? Because our moms didn't know. We have to start thinking about stuff. Why are we doing what we're doing? What is going to be the impact of our men and our women dating Brads and Beckys? What is the impact? It's not going to be good. It's called genocide. Okay. We're genociding ourselves and we don't even understand. We just see that, oh, it's on the TV, so I guess it must be right. No, it's not right. We're not supposed to be mixing and mingling. Let's go ahead. I'm going to forecast. I'm going to do my little scriptures on you. Deuteronomy 7, read it. It says, do not mix and mingle. Do not give your daughters over to them because they'll, what? They're going to change their hearts away from me. That's what it says. Read it. And the Bible, people don't read. You have to understand, people never read. They say, oh, that's a book. White man gave you that book. But it's a book about you, dummies. Okay, so it just bothers me when people look at that and they go, oh, I can't read the Bible, because you don't know who was talking about. Those 40 people that walked 40 years, Black people, hello, everybody in the book was Black. Come on, you guys. That's a story for another day. Let's get the white supremacy mindset and help us to understand what's really going on. Let's get rid of that white supremacy mindset. Okay? It's not about them. That book is all about you. I'm just saying. I grew up in it. Preached it. Me and my husband both. That was back before I understood. That was before I understood the truth. Did the research. Can't get me to go to church now. I'm not saying it was all bad, but I'm going to say right now, from what I understand, it was given to you for, to make you docile and some other stuff. But it's not something that I would do today. But we have to understand that it told you not to. It told you not to mix and mingle. So why do you think that Black people didn't create a movement? We didn't create a code of behavior, because guess what? When we had our own, when we was giving our children, when we was educating our own schools, educating our own children, when we had our own hospitals, our own banks, our own buses, our own taxi cabs, our own hospitals, our own land, our own houses. Tell me what's different since 1963. Tell me what's different. Tell me what kind of movements have we come up with since then. Tell me, show me, what have we done different since 1963? Tell me the movements. Tell me what we've created besides nothing. We've set up here and got comfortable, got up under white folk and let them educate your children. That was the worst thing we could have did. But guess who idea that was? The idea of MLK, because we didn't understand who he was. We didn't understand the Boule at all. We didn't understand that there was two types of Black folk. Boule Black folk, those are the coons, and the ones that really are B1. The ones nobody was saying, no, Martin, don't do that. That's not a good idea. Hey, we used to be up under them. Remember slavery? We were under them. Now we're free. So you want to take us back up under them to do what? To let them tell us? And that was the best thing. You have to understand why it was done. You have to understand why it was done. Those crackers knew. They saw the buildings. They saw the land. They saw the communities we were building. They saw the hospitals. They saw everything that we were doing. And they looked over there and they said, we got to break them. We got to stop them niggas. They're getting too high. They're getting too fast. They're growing. They're getting houses and land. And they're getting businesses. They got hospitals. They got banks. They got buses. They got cabs. They had their own everything. We had our own everything. We came together with them. And what happened? We lost our schools. Lost our hospitals. We integrated with them. They never integrated with us. Now they gentrifying you. They come and calling it, they call the new segregation gentrification now. They never integrated with us. They never came to our schools. They never came to our hospitals. They never came to our banks. They never came to your businesses. They never did anything with you. You went over there with them, did they not? Show me where they integrated with us. We integrated with their schools. And then our teachers, Black teachers, what happened? The movement, they fired them. They were not allowed to come to those white schools and teach their children nothing, right? So why did we think that was a good idea? That was the dumbest thing we could. I don't know who wasn't thinking about that. That was the dumbest thing. You just came up from up under them devils, and then you turn around and you put yourself back in the situation of being up under them again. Are you serious? Why? What was so special about slavery that you had to go back up under them? Oh, yeah, I miss being with them. Oh, their ice is cold. The dummy, you had the same ice. You had the same schools. Yeah, I'm going to tell you what. They had better books, but if you had to put your taxpaying money into your schools, you kind of got those same books. Or some of y'all Black folk could have wrote some books and had taught your own history to your children. Why didn't we think about that? Let's write our own books. And let's sell them to the schools. I mean, come on, you guys. We gotta think. We gotta stop always thinking that they got it going on. They got nothing going on. Everything they got now is stolen from you. It was an idea that came from you. I'm just saying. What you say, Bakari? Hating on the scriptures, huh? But you have to understand the movement. The movement now is to get your own land. The movement now is generational wealth. The movement now is to build your own schools. The movement now is to get your own cab company, buses. I don't care. The movement is whether you use your cars for Ubers and call it something else, because Uber's racking up. Uber's racking up. Why don't we have our own Uber? Why are we using theirs? Help me to understand. Help me. Why aren't we calling it the trolleys? I don't care. Isaac, thank you. There's a link, Isaac, if you want to come in. Anybody have anything they want to say? Feel free. Don't be scared. Scared. I'm willing to hear. And if you think I'm wrong about something, please come on, let me know. Let's talk. You can help me. I'm ready to learn too. It's time. The movement is to build our own platforms. Actually looking for a guy that can me to partner with, that I can use him to train one of my men or women to do websites, to do platforms, to build websites. I'm just saying, the movement is for us to birth our own babies. We can start in a clinic. I'm looking for a doula. If there's a doula out there, please get in contact with me. realminthebush.com, please. Because I want us to birth our own babies. I'm not the type of person that'll sit there and see something need to be done and we not do anything. Called you a monkey the other day. Did you tape her saying that? Put your phone on and tape her next time. Okay, good job. Yeah, she need to be fired. That stuff like there, it's time out for that. It's time out for us black men, us black women, us black folk, period. Taking that type of abuse. She don't have a right to say nothing but hello, king. If she can't say hello, king, then she don't need to say nothing at all. And I don't take those white folk coming up joking, telling black jokes. That's not funny. And I don't laugh and I look at them. What was about me that made you feel comfortable that that hasn't happened for years yet. I'm just saying, when I was younger, had a white guy came up to me and told me a white joke. Okay. A black joke. And I'm looking at him like, and he would just crack it up. That's not funny. I don't get it. You know, I don't allow them to make me think like them. Okay. And we have to stop. Even with that, we have black schools. Zykes Institute. It's online. That's a movement. Why aren't we joining the movement? Tell me why you know that it's a black school and everybody on here who has a child has not transferred their children out to Zykes Institute. Yeah, 2 years. She wasn't nice. She was faking all the time. Her true colors came out, didn't it? You must have showed her that you were stronger than her. You showed she was threatened some kind of way. For her to call you a monkey, she got threatened. You did or said something to make her think, oh my God, he's not who I think he's not. He one of them. He one of them Negroes. He's not one of them where I can tell him and I can treat him any kind of way. She got threatened. That's why she called you a monkey. She got threatened. Birthing center. Where? In St. Louis. Okay. Oh man, that's nice. Oh man, I'm gonna have to call. I'm gonna look that up. You said in St. Louis. Okay. I'm gonna look that up because I would love to maybe get. I'm trying to find one. I would love to get a student that live in that area to go there and to train. I would love. I met one in North Carolina actually, and her and my daughter were supposed to talk because my granddaughter actually wanted to do it. But she's been so busy and things are just coming in every time they're supposed to meet is something else. So I don't know if she don't want to do it or what. I don't know. So still looking. So if y'all know a doula, please give her my phone number, give her Ram in the Bush. Okay, raminthebush.com. I will be more than happy to partner up with her so that I can put some students under her because we think tanks. movements. We need our own birthing center. We need our own. You see, they're killing. You see more Black women are dying. Why are we seeing stuff and not making moves? I don't understand it. Why are we seeing stuff and we're just like, okay, do. Well, at least it's not my daughter. At least it's not me. At least it's not my nephew, my niece. It could be. So why not shut it down before it is? I like to avoid traumas before they come to my front door. I don't believe in waiting until something is at your door and then praying about it. I believe in seeing that devil way over there and seeing he coming this way, and I start shutting that thing down. Now, I don't believe in waiting till he at the corner of the house and no. I want to make sure I break him at the knees. I want to make sure that I chop him off at the knees. That's what it was. I had a supervisor that came in, and I was at the post office, and he came in, and his dad was our supervisor at first, and then his son came in, and his son was totally different than the dad, right? Everybody was looking for this more, my old mannered man, and this dude came in like, oh, the Hulk, right? And I looked at him. I said, "You ain't nothing like your daddy. That's the mama." I told him, "That's the mama right there." He wasn't nothing like the daddy. He was racist. He was sneaky. He was a cat. I could just, every time he would come in the room, I could just feel his energy, and it wasn't good. And I knew he didn't like me because I wear my little African, I wear my little African attire, my shirts to work, and because we can, and I let my culture show, and he couldn't stand it. He couldn't stand it, right? So we had some words, and but I wouldn't back down. Every time he, I'd say, "Hey, you need to make sure that they doing." I'm a boss everywhere I go. Sorry. And I was very bossy. I'm still very bossy, but I know when to boss. If I see where you don't know how to act and you're not, bossing, you're not doing what you need to do, I can take over. But I know how to back up as a woman. If I have a man that's doing what he do, my husband do what he got to do, right? I can back up and let you run things. I'm good. I don't have to run things, but I know how because I'm a leader. I was born an only child, so I'm a leader. So I know how to. Okay, I know how to lead. Okay. Yes, they're very scared. But guess what? They're even scarier if Black Africans, African Americans, Koreans, Jamaicans come together. That's the threat. But you have to understand, I always say, where did we get the idea from that African Americans and Africans and Caribbeans and Jamaicans didn't like each other? Where did that thought come from? That's a white supremacy mindset, and that's a white supremacy talking point to keep us divided and conquered. You have to understand that it's not about us not liking each other. I don't think we really have an issue, but we've heard that repeated over so many years that we actually really believe that we don't like each other. I've not met an African that I don't like, but I know that around by my house, they had it was two African sisters, and both of them were pregnant at the same time, right? And they were doing each other's hair. I went into their shop because they had a hair shop, a salon there, and they had a place where you could buy outfits, African attire. I love African attire, so I went in that store one day, and I felt I felt the energy, right? I felt it was not good, so I played it off. I say, "Oh, having a good day today? How y'all doing, ladies? And you having a good day?" And I was trying to let her know that I was feeling. I was trying, but I wasn't rude. I was just, when I left there, they were good. They were good. When I left there, I said, we have to, we got on the conversation about Africans and African Americans. My mechanic is an African. I wouldn't go to anybody else for my truck. That was the guy was going to help me with my training, right? But he kind of running into some issues right now, but I still let him do my car. And I told him, I said, "Let me know when you can do, get back on the program." He's trying to overextend himself. And that's what he said. He's out. He started selling cars and doing the mechanics. And I think he kind of overextended himself. But I said, "Well, let me know when you can help." But I'm telling you, I don't ever, I may be walking down the street. When I see a Black woman, "Hey, how you doing, sis?" I make them speak. I make them speak. I don't want to meet an African and say, "Ooh, Cassie gave me a hard time." No, you my sister, you my brother. We're all one. I hate that when we get that mindset that say, when we hear Black people say, "I'm not African," I look at them and I say, "Let me tell you something. You still have relatives over there. Where they stole you from, if they stole you from Kenya, you still have relatives in Kenya because you left somebody there. Your mom, whoever was left there, your mom's mom. Okay, if your great grandma was there and your great grandma was here, then that means her daughter came from Africa that they stole from Africa. So some relatives are still back there. So what do you mean I'm not African? That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. I hate that. You just don't understand. When I hear stupid stuff like that, I look at them, you're an idiot. You're stupid. It's called divide and conquer, you guys. We have to start recognizing these white supremacy talking points. And then when I hear them say, well, you know, Africans don't like you. And I said, well, African Americans don't like you either. So guess what? Who cares? I'm getting ready to go to Africa for 3 months. I'm just saying. I'm starting Kenya. Then I'm going to Tanzania. We're going to visit Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. And this one area is called Matswa. I think M-N. I don't know. I don't know how to spell it. I should have started M-E-N-W-A-N-S. I might have spelled it wrong, but it's close. But it's some land there. So I'm going to visit. Everywhere I visit, I got some plans for each part that I visit. But you have to understand, I am not going there to change anybody. I am going there to learn, to grow, to build. I'm going there because white folk keep telling me that I ain't supposed to be there. I'm going to build. I'm going to buy land. I'm going to do some things that I'm going to get my inheritance. That's what I'm telling. I'm not going to allow them to take my inheritance. And then I'm going to talk about it. And I'm going to shoo, it's mine. You go get yours. Go back to China and get yours. Shoo, go back to Europe and get yours. Shoo, go back to wherever. France, Britain, go back to wherever you came from, the Caucasus Mountains, and get yours. Okay. This right here is for Black people. And I believe Africa is for Black people. And that's what we should be doing. We should be going there to build our, get your part, get your inheritance, because that's our land. That is our land. I have people there. I need to find my people. I need to find out where they at, because I know they're there. I got some people, African family members over there from back in the day. So yes, I am African. Just because you were snatched up, kidnapped from that land, does not mean that you're not part of that land. That's dumb. That makes no sense. Just like somebody comes stealing my ball and saying it's theirs, but you got the ball from me. So how's it yours? You stole the land. You stole me from my land. So how are you saying it's not mine? Yeah, I was born there. My part of my blood is there. So I have an issue when I hear Black folks say we separate. Dummy, let me tell you something. If I stand next to an Ethiopian and I not say nothing, you're going to be able to tell us apart? No, you won't be able to tell us apart. If we dressed alike, would you be able to tell us apart? No. But if I open my mouth, then you'd be, oh, she's African American. They don't care about whether you African American, Caribbean, Jamaican, Ethiopian. They don't care about that. All they see is Black. And all we should see is Black first. Period. They put them against each other tribally. No, we're not doing that. You're Black. We won. And that's what they're afraid of us getting together. I love to make them shake in their boots. I love it when I can make them shake in their boots. And that's what we should be doing. That's a movement. Bridging the gaps. That's a movement. We come together with our brothers and sisters, say, hey, I don't have nothing against, I'm here to learn. I am here to learn. But I'm going to tell you what, that right there, don't let that person join your board. He can give you money, but don't give him a top position if you white. I'm sorry. They cannot join the board. They can give you money. They can give donations, but you can't be on the board. I don't believe that they come to work with us. I believe that everything they do, they come to take over. They don't come to work with you. I told you about that Black school, Morehouse. They have a white administrator there, a white woman over Black men. Now, what the hell is she doing there over our Black men? What's your agenda? What is your agenda? Nothing good. I guarantee you that. I'm just saying. You have to understand, they don't come to work with you. They come to work. They come to take over. Okay. That's why the Black Lives Matter got taken over by George Soros, LGBT. Antifa came and we were doing our little marches. But I'm gonna tell you, Antifa, I love when they was burning stuff down. I'm sorry. I loved it. I'm like, hey, woo, go ahead. Burn it down. Burn it down. When they burned that police station down, I was excited. I was glad when they burned that Wendy's down. I was excited. Sorry. I don't care. Burn it all down. Because I think every time they kill one of our babies, burn it all down and rebuild it. I'm serious. I don't care. We don't own nothing. We don't own nothing in our neighborhoods. Now, if we owned it, that's different. But if we don't own it, burn it down. You had these foreigners coming in our neighborhood having gas stations, grocery stores. Why do they have gas stations, grocery stores, and we don't have them? Tell me why. And we go and support them like, ooh, that's my boy. No, that ain't your boy. Black folk don't know who their enemies are. Hold on, you guys. I want to turn this light on. I'm sorry. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Got a little dark up in here. Sorry, got a little dark. I hope I'm not. Oh, that's really dark in there, huh? Oh, I don't mean it. If I turn this way, is that gonna be better? Let me see how dark I am. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But we have to understand, they don't come to work with us. They come to take over. And no, that's not your boy. And anytime I hear a black man talking, my best friend was, Kenny. My best friend is white. You're an idiot. I know that's a black man with no wisdom. Because a black man should not have a white man that's his best friend. You don't know about them yet? And yes, all of them are racist. Every last one of them. I don't care, even the ones that say, like Tim, what's that boy name? What's that man? Tim, the white guy, and the white woman. Remember the white woman and white man who's always talking about black issues? Tim Reed, Tim Wright, is it Tim Wright? I don't know, Tim somebody. I can't think of his name. He's a white guy, and he's always talking about black issues. I'm gonna tell you what, I don't trust him either. Because I'm gonna tell you what, they all was taught white supremacy. They all was taught racism. All of them grew up with racism. You mean that stuff is still not there? I don't trust none of them. I don't care. You can say you're not. I will never claim a white person to be a friend of nothing. I don't have white friends. And when I look at the black ones, they don't be B1. That's not a friend either. I don't need a coon as my friend because they'll sell you out in a minute. You got to watch them really close. I worked with a coon at work. She was from Barbados, and that thing, honey, her love to some white folk. I'm just saying. I would never be friends with her. That's not a friend. That's a coon. She would sell you out. So they act like they loving white folk, and they best friends with a white. And she told my best friend was white. I just looked. I knew then she wasn't somebody I want to call friends because I don't trust her. Those black folk, honey, will sell you out. And, look what happened to the Black Panther Party. One of them black folk, one of the black men had him killed, wasn't it? Yeah, his friend. And then the girl didn't like him at first, right? And she told him to watch him. Please. I'm sorry. Tim Wise, yes. And Jane Elliott, yes. Forecast. I couldn't get that man's name. I don't trust neither one. Jane Elliott, asked her about reparations. Tim Wise, if he searched for black people, ask him about reparations, how he feel about reparations. If Jane Elliott, she said the Indians need to get it. Dummy, the Indians already got reparations. I'm just saying. What they needed again for? Before black people. Why we can't just have stuff because we black and we deserve it and we owned it? That's a debt owed. So yes, that's a debt owed to us. So get away with that. Anytime you talk about a white person as your friend, ask them how they feel about reparations. If they start heeing and on, that's not your friend. Y'all know I don't like to do long lives, right? I don't like to be on here all night. I like to say what I got to say. I think I came up with the conclusion. The conclusion of the matter is think tanks. We create movements, and movements should include us building our own tables. And I guarantee you all the killing that they're doing of black people will stop. We ain't got to harm them. We ain't got to hurt them. We take our money away. That money, that green stuff, you take that money away from them, and I guarantee you they'll be begging for you to come because they will fold. Everything they got is because of us. But you take that money away from them, and I guarantee you they'll be begging you to come back to their tables. I guarantee you they'll stop murdering you. Yep. We can't keep talking about it. We have to be about it. Movements, building our own tables. This is why we have Ram in the Bush. We're building, and I'm teaching young people how to build their own tables. I'm trying to I have to change this first. I got to change that. I got to get in these schools. I got to get into schools. I'm going to go this week. I'm going to try to get and talk to somebody to see if I can come in. See, what do I have to do? I had a school last, but it was so close to the end of school year. I really I couldn't get in, but I am going. Yes, yes. You forecast. I love it. You're right. If we would stop supporting Walmarts, and we have different Black pop-ups that come, right? Use the pop-ups. You have pop-ups. You have Black-owned businesses online now. Use those. Why are we still excuse me, why are we still going to Walmarts? Well, we have Black-owned businesses. You have pop-ups. Every weekend there's a pop-up somewhere. And those pop-ups they have stuff that we need. Why aren't we supporting them? You leave a pop-up and go to Walmart's. Well, didn't you just see it at the pop-ups? Yeah. Why are you there? I've gone to Winston Salem. There's a flea market, right? And they have some Black people in there. And I go in there and I walk around till I see the Black people and I try to support them, their businesses. I go there. I don't like going to Walmart. I go to the flea market. I have a girlfriend. I love candles. She has a candle business, so I buy my candles from her. Anytime that I know that there's a Black-owned business, I try as much as I can to buy Black. I do as much as I can. I try to support. My daughter's Smoothie Queen. You had Smoothie Queen, the _queen. Look up how the Smoothie Queen and see. She's making it happen. She's making that thing happen. Okay, a lot of people didn't know this, but she's making it happen. Getting ready to, do some things in Africa also with her. So everything I have I'm leaving it to my daughters and my granddaughters. I'm just saying, everything. Our kids will be financially free, and this is a movement. A movement is creating generational wealth. A movement is buying land and giving it to your child. This is yours. You do what you want with it. A movement is opening up. My granddaughter wants. She's my granddaughter loves beauty, makeup, nails, hair. I said, I want to buy her a shop, and I'm going to buy her a shop, and she's going to hire. And I've already told her, you can work in there if you want, but you don't have to. You can run the shop or pay somebody to run the shop, and you hire a person that can do nails, a person that can do massages, a person to do eyebrows, a person to do. You can even have a tanning booth in there. I'm just saying, you can have a tattoo booth in there. I'm teaching her how to be her own boss, and she's 12. She has her own Zaire nails. She does nails. Even now, I'm just saying, entrepreneurship is in our family. Every family has a spirit. What's your family's generational? Is it entrepreneurship? Is it building? Is it mechanics? Is it building? What is it? Every family has a gift on top of a gift, and you have to find out your family trait. Our family trait is entrepreneurship, and I know that. So I'm creating generational wealth and passing it down. I'll buy it, pass it down, buy it, pass it down. I don't need it. They're going to be here. I'll be dead and gone. But they'll never be able to say, Grandma didn't do anything for me, or my mom didn't do anything. Because I've already bought my daughter's food plots of land. Just got to get, do everything. I got some things I'm working on when I get there. Those things I'm working on. But when I get there, I will do some shows. I will do as many lives as I can just to show you step by step and how what I'm doing and why I'm doing. And yes, I'm going to still do the foundation. And who knows, maybe I can do the foundation there. That's what I'm going to see. Can I do the foundation there? Why not? Why can't I have businesses coming to the foundation or me partnering up with Black businesses there to teach my young boys there, and they can have their own? I'm just saying, this world is so big. It's all ours. It's all belong to us. So why do I have to limit myself to America? Yes. Creating an app. It's so much. I want to, man, I can't just tell all my ideas. It's so much. I'm just saying, I'm just shaking and moving. And that's the spirit that's on our family. I could pretty much build a business for somebody. People call me now and get paid. They call me now, Cassie, what can I do? This and this is happening. And the idea will come. This is what you need to do. This is what you don't need to do. I'm just saying. That's the gift. But yo, I'm not gonna be here all day. I don't like to do long lives, but I think y'all think did I solve the problem? I just solved the problem. I even told a mere friend of mine, he's running in Chicago, Jamal Green. Guy, that dude is on fire. I'm telling you, he's on fire. He's running independent. That's how I know he's serious and he really wants to do changes. And the other day, somebody came on his show and they asked, what could they do different? What is he going to do different? And they wanted like his plan. And I was saying, hey, about the fathers patrolling. And he texted me, Cassie, I like that. That's pretty good, you know. But I was like, hey, let the fathers come in and patrol the hood. You see a whole lot of shooting going on. Take some of that money that you're giving to the police to murder people in Chicago, budget cut, and you hire those Black fathers. You put their behinds to work, patrolling them schools and patrolling them neighborhoods. You come up with after school programs for those youth to do basketball. Open up the Ys, and the Ys should be open from 6 in the morning for you can drop your child off there. If you say, like, for instance, morning before school program, have it at the Y. And after school program, you can have it at the schools and you can have it at the Y. And they can come there and they can play basketball and they can play soccer and they can play games. You got to give kids something to do. Put money, take some more of that money from the police, and you make sure those Ys are open 7 days a week, even on Sundays. 7 days a week, you make sure they're open for those kids to have something to do. Black folk love black boys. They love basketball, right? They love football. They love soccer. They love to swim. You make sure that those activities are available for them. I don't care if you have to do it from 6 in the morning to 12 at night. You put a curfew out. These boys need to be in. Give them a curfew for a minute. Give them a curfew. Young boys, you need to be in by 10. The bigger boys, 11 to 12. And then that's a curfew. That gives them enough to do, right? I'm just saying, problem solved, right? With dads out there, you think them thugs gonna be able to get them gang members to join them boys to join the gang members when you got them dads patrolling and them dads is really putting in the time with them young boys? Do you really see Chicago continuing the way it is? You've had people in office that didn't care. You had people in office that should have cared and they didn't. You can stop this at any time we get ready. You give those kids something to do. You open up those wares. You open up the Ys, open up the schools 7 days a week. What they close for on Sundays when our kids are out of school on Sundays. I'm just saying, for the ones that don't, aren't with parents, their parents are working, go to the Y. Drop them off at the Y. Let them play basketball, football all day. I'm just saying, problem solved. And then you're gonna take care of them drug dealers, just like that mayor in not the mayor, the DA in Texas, in Georgia. How she coming down in them brothers, right? Them gang members, right? Okay, DA, let's see you do that in Chicago. Do the same thing in Chicago. I'm just saying, we can stop all of this, but we have to care about us. We have to put money into us. You run for mayor, you got 3 city councils, you good. You don't run for mayor if you don't have no help. You have to have help. Get you some city councils, mayors, 3 black folk that's got your back, and you can run any city, and you can get reparations through the mayor also. Just saying. Okay, you guys, I have done enough. I've said enough. I think I have solved the problem. This is the conclusion of the matter, is we create movements. Okay, I think I've done it. Y'all rewind the tape so that y'all can get it. Take your notes, and let's make it happen. Let's do it. Let's do it. Think tanks. Peace, family. I'll see you next Sunday. Hopefully I'll be here at 12 o'clock. I think the live is, 2 to 3 o'clock next Sunday. I think I already got it up there. But we're going to be talking about some things. Peace, family. And thank you for coming. And we'll see you next Sunday.